Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back to watch another episode of Severance. This is season 2, episode 6. It is called Attila. We ended last episode with Mark experiencing some reintegration sickness and finally seeing his wife again, even though it was just like memories essentially of his innie. But yeah, things are getting intense, and I'm really excited to see where we go from here. So before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel grow. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. I also post Severance reactions slightly early on Patreon, so if you're interested in getting next episode's reaction early, consider supporting. For that full uncut, you just sync up your own copy of the episode and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's jump into season 2, episode 6 of Severance.
Why is she rattling off a bunch of facts?
It's her job,
What
man.
are they doing to her?
All I know is she's essential.
Bargaining. You know what that is?
Everyone knows what that is.
Well, it's one of the stages.
Yeah, one of the stages of grief, though.
You think about all the things you do, all the ways you change to get that person back. You drink less, you listen more. It's dumb, but you do it anyway.
It's normal.
Yeah,
It is normal.
but for me, it might actually happen.
First time in history.
So there's a floor beneath us.
That must be where they're keeping her.
There were
Shot.
directions on the back.
Well, let's see it.
I left it there behind the poster. Why didn't you just take it? I just didn't.
He
Okay,
didn't
I
know
don't
what to
wanna
do
get in
with it.
trouble right now.
Okay, well, I don't give a shit about that, so I'll go get it. You said it's behind the poster of you actually being brave? Okay, well, I still have a hall pass, so I can go to the break room now, and then we can start after lunch.
Maybe.
Maybe. Did everyone sever their balls in the elevator this morning?
Starving.
Yeah. We're getting serious now.
Mark. You okay?
We're getting into it.
I had my performance review yesterday.
And there were some very unflattering remarks from you.
How did it go?
Swimmingly.
Many valid concerns were raised, which I look forward to addressing.
I'm glad for you.
Don't go around him ever
I feel
again.
I should remind you, you cannot graduate from this fellowship until I have deemed you wintertide material. This will mean using your time well, focusing on your own duties, and eradicating from your essence childish folly.
I understand, sir.
Do you, though?
I shall be busy for the rest of the day. I trust you can steward the floor in my stead.
Of course.
Good. You may sit at your regular desk.
Ha!
Thank you, Mr. Milchick.
You threw him under the bus, Miss Wong. So he is getting a little bit of
As I was leaving
revenge.
in the elevator.
They're trying to intimidate us, divide us.
And also,
It's so that we won't work together because they know what will happen if we do. I'm gonna go get that map.
Ellie, we shared vessels.
What's that?
We shared vessels.
We had sex.
Okay. You and... like, Like in a wellness session?
No, in a tent.
No, not Miss Casey. It was at the retreat. It's in your tent.
Yeah. You both should feel a bit violated.
I mean, obviously, I thought it was you. Because I've been having those feelings since, like, before the OTC. And so when she, I had no idea, okay? I'm sorry, Ellie. She tricked me. I mean, I wanted to, but she tricked both of us.
Yeah. But she still probably feels a bit gross.
Another tactic. Something to drive a wedge between us. Like,
Ellie,
I'm gonna go for a walk.
Ellie, I'm sorry. I thought it was you.
But it wasn't me. And I'm just gonna go walk around.
There's no good way to bring that up. I feel bad for both of them. No more paper clips. He's going to practice putting them on the right way. He is practicing.
Maybe I'm trying to find something I excel in up there, like I do down here.
Yeah, he's trying to be good for
I
you.
sometimes wonder if you're just not happy.
Sure, it's not that. I mean, here, with you, I'm super happy. I just, want to hear about all my offspring and stare at your face.
Offspring.
Sorry, that was weird.
No, it was really sweet. I like it. I like this.
She's falling for you.
I wish we could really be together,
Again.
all the time.
I mean, we are,
Go through reintegration.
aren't we?
You and him are. But I'm not. Is it okay if we try the hug again? I kind of like the hugging.
Sure. Man, their feelings are probably so complicated surrounding that. Like it's, ooh, are they gonna kiss? It's like she got cheated on and raped at the same time. Like, it's crazy. Ooh. This is... What a back and forth. How is this going to change her as an individual?
Oh, hey, I was coming to find you.
Same.
Look, I am so sorry. I can't even imagine what it must be like.
You thought it was me,
100%.
which means you wanted to. With me.
Yes.
Yeah.
What sucks is that she got to have that and I didn't. That she used me to track my friends, used my body to get close to you, that she dresses me in the morning like I'm a baby, that she controls me and this company and all of us. It's disgusting.
Pretty infantilizing.
Hey, do you want me to, describe what happened. Like, I feel like you have every right.
No, I don't want her memory.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't know if that's the best idea.
I want my own.
Round 2, baby.
But how?
The goat room. They got a nice grassy knoll over there. It's like Dexter, man. Everything's so plastic and sterile. So we're gonna hook up in this
I'm nervous.
crafted tent. What if he gets her pregnant? That would be a twist. I doubt they have contraception down here. This is such an interesting episode. Okay. Is he gonna reintegrate well inside her this time too? Man, no work is getting done right now. Cold Harbor is not making any progress. Damn. He is just like ingraining that muscle memory.
You must eradicate from your essence childish folly.
Say it different.
You must eradicate from yourself childish folly.
Say it different.
You must abandon childish things.
That's closer.
You must grow up.
That's better.
You must grow up. Grow up. Grow up.
Damn.
Grow. 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 Grow.
Damn, Milchek. So, how was that for you? I had a great time.
Was it different with me?
Yeah, it was less aggressive.
Oh no, you're bleeding.
No, that's probably you, buddy.
Oh, you are.
That's no bueno.
Did you punch him?
I mean, not today.
Would you like me to put petroleum jelly in your nostrils?
No thanks.
Any other symptoms?
Do people actually do that?
Any auras or hallucinations?
No. I think it stopped. I feel better.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
You usually don't want something on your arm when you do that.
Lumen. What?
What?
You just gotta avoid saying things when this is happening.
Are you at Lumen or in your basement with me?
I
Both.
I don't
He's
know.
Do you remember a
reintegrating.
hallway? A black
I
hallway.
remember a desk. I remember. Shit.
That was another crossover memory. A recent one, that's good. We need to enhance, speed up the process.
How? He's gonna die if you do that.
There's a slight chance of hemorrhage.
Slight.
Okay, so me bleeding to death.
How slight is slight?
Not necessarily. We'll flood the chip itself. Through the hole in your head
Jesus Christ.
that you've already
Okay.
got.
You know what? Get the fuck off me. I am not doing this.
We're close, it's
okay?
happening.
Get this shit
We
off.
need to
right now,
push.
please. Starving.
That's also from reintegration.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go eat.
Come on. She sees the horizon, so she wants to push harder. And he doesn't want to die, but he also wants to push hard. It's just complicated, you know?
Hello.
Hello.
Who the hell are you? It's a joke.
Oh,
Come on in.
hey.
Oh,
Okay. What the heck?
Attila,
yes, Attila.
you just asked about the glaze.
I did.
Well, don't. I've already put it on.
He calls him Attila?
We could feed him a pile of loose corn.
Dang. I feel like this is a different actor than what we saw last season.
Fields, I presume.
Irving.
Irving,
Yes.
John.
welcome back to our home.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
He plays a really good bad guy,
Last
so I'm
time.
expecting him to be a bad guy.
And Bert, how did you come to be at the company?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was guided to Lumen's store by Jesus.
What?
Jesus Christ? That's
Or
the one.
Cab driver? Named
You
Jesus?
should just leave it at that. Wonder what the hell you meant.
No, we'd been attending the Lutheran church for some years. I'd been what you might call a scoundrel in my younger days.
Okay, yeah.
To put it mildly.
So one Sunday at breakfast, Fields asked me point blank, do I think I'm going to heaven? I pretend to think about it, but I know the answer is no. The sermon that day is about severance, which was still very new at the time, and the pastor says,
As if he'd been listening to our conversation. He said the church's stance is that innies
Are like children,
complete
and they have a childlike faith, so they go to heaven automatically.
with souls.
Let's go.
They can be judged separately from their outie.
So an innie can go to heaven.
Marciati burns.
That'd be crazy.
We're not zealots, I swear. But we figured that if it were true, it may be a way for part of Bert to, oh, you know.
Dang. That's
Wow.
crazy if that's a true story.
He's looking for the exit.
No, just, so the hope was for Bert's innie to go to heaven.
Yes.
And he found heaven
With me.
inside with Bert. Or Irv, I mean. Truly is like a love triangle, but depending on how you feel theologically, when you get to heaven, you aren't really like married to your spouse anymore. Like you don't, it's not the same relationship, theologically speaking. So it kind of wouldn't be a love triangle.
They'll basically be giving me money.
Okay, fine. Just test drive only. I won't commit to anything. You didn't tell me how to go. You went back to Lumen, right?
Oh, they canceled it. I didn't see him. You.
Why is she lying to him? He's scarfing down food. Should go to a Chinese buffet. Been fiending for some Chinese food. Girl, what are you doing here?
Mark. Scout.
Yes.
I thought that was you. I'm Helena Egan. I work at Lumen.
Yeah, no, I know who you are.
Why are you looking at me, though?
Well, it's nice to officially meet you.
Orchestrator of all my pain.
It's really great to run into you. I've heard nothing but good things about your work, by the way.
Thank you. I've heard nothing at all about my work, so...
Severance humor. It's so clever.
So easy.
Look, I'm sorry for the systemic error from the other night.
A systemic error? You mean the overtime thing?
Yes, the OTC.
So you know all about it, then?
Yes, I know all about it. I'm like the head of the company, Mark.
Right. Dumb, sorry.
Yeah, you should be sorry.
Really?
I'm kidding.
Okay.
You're clearly not dumb.
No, you...
Why are you flirting with
It's
him?
a revolutionary medical procedure.
Hey, now, that was not me. That was my father.
Uh-huh.
You should meet him sometime.
Your father?
Sure, why not?
You want to take me home to Dad already?
Yeah, I think it's finally time.
Okay. Sure, let's do it.
He'd be the first.
So, no pressure.
Yeah, none whatsoever. But seriously,
like
I'd love
this.
to hear about your experiences sometime.
Okay, yeah. About Severance?
I meant the overtime. I meant the other night. I mean, I can't imagine how confusing that must have been. Traumatic, even.
Yeah.
And I know you've already been through so much with losing your wife and all. Hannah.
No.
Gemma.
Right, Gemma. Sorry.
Don't pretend you don't know her name.
Car accident, right?
Ugh.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. It's about finished here.
Okay, right.
She didn't even come here to get
it's
food.
nice to
She
meet
just
you.
came here to
Hello.
talk to you.
You too, Mark. What
You gonna
is
try and kiss him right now?
Nothing. Good night.
Good night.
He's got some thoughts crossing over. I would be so scared of driving. Because what if you, like, reintegrate while you're driving? Frolic. This is Irv's stuff. But Irv doesn't have a frolic tattoo. This is the one dude. I knew it. That dinner was a ploy. They just wanted him out of the house.
We used to call each other Hun. Then about 10 years ago, that became Attila.
Because, do you know history?
Yeah, he knows history.
And wasn't 10 years ago, it was 20.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
old.
because I remember we're having drinks with your Lumon partner.
Didn't the first severed office open 12 years ago?
Yes, it did.
So he's worked for Lumen for 20 years.
That's enough of that.
Maybe Bert helped start some stuff. I don't know.
You know, the corner's very special.
Do you think you two ever made love at work?
Fields,
What
Jesus.
a question, buddy.
Can we not just be pragmatic adults about this? There's a non-zero chance that the two of you had unprotected sex. And so I felt the right to ask.
Might as well get tested.
Are you done humiliating our guest?
Sounds like I'm mad, but I'm not. Cards on the table. I've been talking to Pastor Gale about this. I believe that innies deserve to experience love.
But now your Annie's gonna burn because he's a homo.
I mean it.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And I hope it was beautiful.
Let's get back at
Sorry
it.
for being a dick. Let's do it. Tonight.
Let's get it done. Ugh. Can you feel that? Ah, I don't like that at all. That's such a big hole in his head, too. We're just gonna dive on in there, right? Okay. Alright now. I don't like that at all. That is such a long needle. We didn't even like strap him down. What if he moved? Doesn't seem safe.
How long will it take?
It'll be fast.
Fast? How fast?
This fast.
I'm nervous. Yes.
What the fuck?
Don't move like that.
You're being too quick. Good thing you didn't do that when the needle was in you.
Ignore it.
My car's in the driveway. She knows I'm here.
No.
pretend you're sleeping.
Mark.
Yeah. Hey.
Dude,
Oh, it's your
I
sister.
left you 5 messages. Are you better?
No, well, I'm still sick.
Well, you can't not pick up when we're doing corporate espionage shit.
That's true.
Do you remember the rich lady from baby camp, the one I like kind of had a crush on? I was thinking.
Yeah, look, I'm already trying something else.
Okay, what are you trying?
We integration.
Don't worry about it.
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm doing it myself.
Fuck that.
She
Why are
wants
you
to be
trying
a
to
part
get
of
me out
this.
of this?
I'm really not, Devin. What is that smell?
What smell?
Smell like coffee, maybe?
Oh my god.
You have a heart attack?
Mark.
Don't touch him!
Who the fuck are you? Mark.
Or is he having an aneurysm?
It's okay. It's okay.
A seizure of some kind.
This feels... he's fine. He'll be embarrassed tomorrow. You know, he gets fuzzy. Like saying I worked at Lumen 20 years ago, which is, of course, before Severance even existed.
Of course.
I don't think he was being fuzzy. I think you've worked at Lumen for a while.
This was fun.
Good.
Okay.
Bert, you hound dog.
Good night.
You're a liar. You're a lying liar who lies. I feel betrayal. Ugh. Yo, Bert is a fuck. Dylan was right. He's a rapscallion. I don't know if it was his choice or Fields. You know, I don't know fully Fields' role in everything, but at least Bert is a fuck, dude. They started this whole dinner idea purely as a way to get Irv out of the house so they could search through his stuff. Like, come on, man. And he's either a Lumen OG, like he's been with him for a long time, or I don't know, maybe he, like, how long has Cobell been working there? How long has Ragabi been working there? Because if Bert has been there at least 20 years, maybe him and his partner at the time, maybe the previous CEO, or Helen, his dad, maybe they were the ones that were like thinking of the idea of like a Severance chip or Severance in general, and then somehow, I don't know who made it, but like they got it to work 12 years ago, or at least probably not 12 years ago. The prototype was probably 20 years ago, right? Because Helena, her dad talked about when she was a kid, he brought home the first prototype. So maybe 20 years ago, yeah, Helena would be around like 12 or something, I don't know. 20 years ago, Bert was there with his partner. So maybe Bert and someone else were like the two OGs making the Severance chip. Possibly, I don't know. I'm also curious about like what Bert was up to in his previous life. If him and his husband are so confident that this man's not going to heaven, that they needed Severance to save his soul, like that's interesting. Their whole theological viewpoint is very interesting in general, because like they're obviously a gay couple, and historically the church hasn't been the most friendly towards gay individuals. I mean, the Lutheran church has been, I feel like, a bit more chill right? Like, so it kind of makes sense that they'd be going to a Lutheran church if they were gay. But yeah, it's just very interesting because yeah, they're like, hey, we want to do Severance so we can save his soul because his outie sure as heck ain't going to heaven. So he did some stuff. Like he did bad things, or he's just confident that he like doesn't actually believe. Like if he's confident he doesn't actually believe that his soul isn't actually saved, then maybe he's like, hey, maybe my innie will believe and get to heaven. You know, that's a distinct possibility. Or, you know, if we think about the fact that, like, from a life experience standpoint, the innies are basically like kids in a sense. Like, they go through, like, kind of like a childlike development because, for the most part, they're all, like, less than 10 years old, all these innies. And so they kind of have these like childlike responses and experiences to things, even though they have that like ingrained knowledge of life and adulthood. Like to a certain extent they are developmentally children, right? I mean, to a very minimal certain extent. And there is the idea in like Christianity of having a childlike faith, because you know in the Bible children just go to heaven. Like if you die as a child, you go to heaven because you, like, there's, how do I explain it? Because at it, like when you're a child, you haven't gotten old enough and your brain hasn't developed enough for you to fully understand the complexities of salvation and to be able to make that choice on your own. And so like having a childlike faith, like if you're not old enough to decide not to follow Christ, then you cannot be held accountable for that salvation, if that makes sense. Like if an adult is like, hey, I don't believe in this, I don't want to be a Christian, I don't believe God exists, I don't want to follow Jesus, then like theologically from that standpoint you can be like, okay, that person has rejected, you know, the faith, they will be going to hell. But theologically, if that person isn't old enough to understand the choice they're making and the actual like complexities of the situation and what that means and what salvation is and what hell is and all these things, like if they're not old enough to make that choice, then like theologically God does not hold that against them, and so children just go to heaven. And so having a childlike faith is just like having this, you know, pure innocent faith without the burden of life and doubt and all these things. Like it is, you know, because as you get older you doubt things. You're like, life weighs you down and you think of all the different questions and complexities of the world and how that intersects with your faith, and you often do have a lot of doubt, and children don't. You know, you teach a kid about God and they'll just believe it. Like that's just the way it goes. And you know, whether or not some people think that's a good thing, some people think that's a bad thing, I'm not there to make that determination. But theologically children just go to heaven if they die. And so if you couple that with Bert and his decision to sever, in a sense, like, you know, he's not a young man, but his innie is kind of a child in a sense in terms of the world. And inside, I don't know how much innate knowledge of Christianity you have or God you have when you're an innie, because some of that might be like personal memory. I feel like generally most people know like the concept of God, but like, so maybe that knowledge would be ingrained in an innie. But I don't know. Like, it's entirely possible that you could apply the same principle to an innie of like, hey, they never got the chance to actually know about this and either, you know, decide for it or against it. So therefore, when they die, they just go to heaven. And maybe that's what Bert's, Audi, and Fields are thinking of, like, hey, we're set. Like, if we die, we're old, you know, and his innie dies, then he goes to heaven, and Audi, Bert goes to hell. I don't know. Like, it's very complicated, and it's very much like a conversation that you would really only have and understand the full complexities of if you have a somewhat religious background and, like, are at least a little bit versed in theology. I like that they cast John Noble as the husband, as Fields. That is super interesting because I have seen him in a couple different roles. I've seen him be very villainous in a couple different roles, but I've also seen him be like this just cute, precious old man that's like losing his mind a little bit and you feel so bad for in Fringe. If you haven't watched Fringe, oh my god, dude, you gotta watch Fringe. He's so good in Fringe because he plays kind of similar to the idea of Severance. He plays two very different characters in Fringe, and one of them is this sweet old man and one of them is kind of an evil man. So having him be in this as like this potentially just like sweet old man who's getting kind of fuzzy and saying the wrong things, and, you know, I've only actually been working there for 12 years. Yeah, fuck you, Bert, you liar. And you're kind of rooting for him and you feel a little bit bad for him because you're like, man, like he loves his husband and they kind of did this whole thing, this whole severance thing, so that they could be together in heaven. Like, if he was convinced, hey, my husband's not making it to heaven, maybe if we do this, we can be together in heaven. But even okay, that's another thing theologically. You know, this is an interesting misconception that a lot of people have about heaven, and they're like, oh, when I die, like, say their spouse dies, and then they are thinking, they're like, okay, when I die, I will see my spouse again in heaven and we'll be together forever in heaven, right? Yes, but also, like, no. Because when you get to heaven, you're not married to that, like, theologically speaking, you're not really married to that person anymore. You know, part of your wedding vows, till death do us part. Like, you, I don't know how do you describe it? I don't know how to say this without it sounding weird. Like, when you are a Christian, you are married to God. You know, in a way. Like, there's the theological concept of Christ, and the church is the bride. If that, I don't know how to, like, explain that. Like, when you get to heaven, your primary, it's not a romantic relationship necessarily. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's so hard to describe without it sounding weird. Basically, a major theological belief amongst Christians and people who believe in Jesus and stuff is that, like, basically every emotional connection you have, like, with anyone else, whether that be friendships, marriage, whatever, what have you, is kind of just like a pale shadow in comparison to the relationship you have with Christ. And when you get to heaven, you like fully realize that relationship with Christ, but it's not like a romance. Like, you're not having sex with Jesus and you're not making out with Jesus, you're not lusting over Jesus, you're not, like, attracted to Jesus, right? It's just like you're in heaven, you're with Christ, And so when you are married to someone and then you both make it to heaven, theologically, like, your marriage isn't necessarily a thing anymore. Like, yeah, you're both in heaven and it's dope and it's like endless eternal bliss, but you guys aren't romantic anymore. So it's an interesting idea for them to be like, yeah, we're gonna sever so that when we get to heaven, I at least have a version of you up there that I'm married to. But like, they won't be together anymore in that same way, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's the more, I don't know how to verbalize it correctly without it sounding weird. But like, theologically, it's complicated, and the love triangle there is complicated because, yeah. And I feel bad for Fields because they like did this whole thing, and then Bert ends up kind of being in a relationship with someone else, like his innie, if he was ever severed in the first place, ends up in a relationship with somebody else. And it sucks. It's like, hey, we did this so we could be together for eternity, and then you fell in love with someone else. Like, what the frick, dude? That sucks. There's actually a new movie coming out. I don't know when it comes out, but it's starring Elizabeth Olsen and Miles Teller and somebody else. And it's an interesting concept of like, you choose like where you want to spend eternity and who you want to spend it with or whatever. And so like, this woman goes to heaven after she dies, and her like most recent husband is there after he died, and he thinks, oh, we're gonna be together, but then like her like first husband that like died in the war or something is also there, and she has to like choose like who she's gonna be with, like her OG husband or her current husband. And it looks very interesting. It's a romantic dramedy, I think. I don't know. I think it's just called Eternity, but it made me think of that because it's like, who is Bert gonna choose? Like, is he actually interested in Irv, or has the entire relationship been a ploy? Because obviously they've been suspecting him for quite a while. How deep does that go with Irv and Bert? Like, has every connection they've had been orchestrated? And has it been purely a way to get to this point where they can search his house and figure out what he knows? Because now, was it Mr. Drummond? That's his name. He's searching through Irv's stuff while he's at this dinner. So this whole dinner was a ploy for them to search the house. So like, fuck Bert. He is a fuck. Dylan's been right the whole time. And it's just like, man, I don't know. That's very complicated. And historically, Attila the Hun was a bad guy. He did bad things. Who else? Let's talk about Milchek. Milchek is going through a very interesting period of growth. This episode and last, where he's dealing with his thoughts on the company and like how he feels about it as a whole and how they feel about him. But he's also like wanting, I don't know. There is also another concept, not necessarily a faith-based one, but like, oftentimes when people don't have confidence in a certain aspect of themselves or a certain aspect of a organization they're a part of, and they have doubts about it and they maybe feel ashamed about it, they will often dive further in, like they'll overcorrect harder. And that might be what Milchek is doing in this episode, because, you know, the main complaints about him was he puts the paper clips the wrong way, and so he like practiced doing that so much that his hands were shaking. Like, that's crazy. And then he's trying to change the way he speaks and goes about things. Like, he's desperately trying to change and grow and elevate who he is, because, I mean, again, maybe he doesn't have full faith in the whole thing, and he's trying desperately to hold on to that connection. Or maybe he's scared. Like, he recognizes he's fully aware of what Lumen will do if you fail them. And he does not want to be a person that they like dispose of. Maybe, I don't know. He could just be scared for his safety. Either way, he had just a very interesting episode. Miss Huang, he kind of gave it to her a little bit where he's like, oh yeah, you want to act like a child? Go sit at your desk. Like, if you're going to go behind my back and try and undermine me for whatever reason, you know, you're telling them that I do paper clips the wrong way and I say too many big words, you can go sit at your desk like a child. You know, it's just very curious. So that was happening. But otherwise, this episode as a whole was just like the love triangle episode. I mean, we already talked about Irvin, Burt, and Fields, but then we have Innie Dylan, Outie Dylan, and Dylan's wife, where he's like making out with her in the Innie event and talking about life, and he's being like, man, I wish I could be with you. I wish we could be together permanent styles, but he's with you instead. And then you cut to her and him at dinner, and she just like seems disengaged with their conversation, and she lies to him about the meeting being canceled. So she's like cheating on her husband with her husband, and it's so interesting. Like, I don't even know. I feel bad for all of those people involved. So there's that. And then the other big love triangle is obviously Mark and Helly and Helena, and kind of Outie Mark. It's a love square, love pentagon, because you factor in Gemma as well. It's just crazy. So obviously they're still dealing with the repercussions of everything. And Mark tells Helly, like, hey, I had sex with Helena, who I thought was you. And that's curious, because like I feel like both of those people have to feel incredibly violated, because Helena raped Mark. Like, that's clear as day to me. He thought he was having sex with someone else. He was not. So that's horrible. Like, that's bad. She did a bad thing. But also, like, Helly should feel violated because her body was used without her consent for sexual purposes. Like, that's awful. And then she also kind of feels like, hey, I got cheated on, because her and Mark were like starting to become a thing, and then he goes and has sex with someone else. Like, that's gotta feel like a tiny bit of a betrayal. And like it was stolen from her. Like, she's like, I wanted that, and she got to have it. Like, that's crazy. And Mark's gotta feel so bad, because he feels like, again, he was violated, but he has guilt about it, being like, man, like, I didn't know. Like, he was tricked, but also he's apologizing as if he cheated on her. And it's just like a tough situation all around. And Helly decides, she's like, I'm gonna reclaim this. This is mine. Like, I'm having sex with you. And then they go and have sex under the tent. And it's cute, and it's awkward, and it's, you know, it's just a innocent time. I am curious what they're gonna do if, like, what if Mark gets her pregnant? Because this is now the second time that they have had unprotected sex. And I'm not saying that it's like guaranteed to happen if you have unprotected sex that you're gonna get pregnant, but it is a possibility. You know, quote Mean Girls, if you have sex, unprotected sex, you will get pregnant and you will die. So that might be something we need to keep an eye on, for sure, is the results of them be banging. Like, as Field said, you had unprotected sex. There are often consequences for that. And that would certainly throw a wrinkle in the whole, you know, Mark, Gemma, Helly, Helena relationship. Like, that's a lot. That is a lot. And I don't know how I don't know what I would do, how I would feel about it. That's crazy. But yeah, and then Mark I mean, they're going through the reintegration stuff, and Mark is struggling. Like, he's switching in and out of memories during work, all this stuff. I feel like the more they do that, the more suspicious it's going to be while he's down there. People are going to be questioning things, reporting things, being like, hey, he's clearly hallucinating. Are they going to correctly attribute that to reintegration and be like, yo, who the fuck are you talking to? Who did this to you? Is it Cobell? Is it Ragabi? Who, like, what's going on? Because they already know that Petey went through it and died. So how are they going to react to Mark going through that? That's another curious possibility. And at first, he's like, he wants to, like, go ahead and get these memories and get the info so he can save his wife. But then Ragabi's like, I'm going to drill into your skull and flood the chip. And he's like, hold on, brain surgery? That's a lot. Let's take a beat. And he goes to eat Chinese food. And Helena shows up because I think she might be obsessed with him. Like, I think she has it in her mind that, like, I'm going to have sex with him again and I want him. Like, he is an object that I want. Even though she considers him an animal. I don't know, man. Like, that's so weird. And she goes there and she's, like, pretending not to know things. And pretends not to know his wife's name, even though she's integral to what they're doing. And I'm curious, like, how much he knows. Like, he's trying to keep it cool. And she's, like, flirting with him. And he's kind of flirting back. And it's like, what is going on here? But then, yeah, as soon as she gets the name wrong, on purpose, mind you, and then pretends, like, not to know about his wife fully, that's when he's like, fuck this. Like, you are the head of the company. I'm fully aware that you faked my wife's death and that you are using her and probably hurting her and hurting me. Like, he's back in the zone. And he also thinks they might be onto me if the CEO of the company is coming to talk to me. And so he goes and he does that brain surgery and he's struggling, dude. He is not having a good time. And he eventually passes out and starts seizing up and foaming at the mouth with his sister there. That's not great. I initially thought it was Helena at the door. They kind of sound similar when they're knocking at the door and being like, Mark, let me in. But yeah, I'm glad that it was his sister. Ragabi's like, don't touch him. She's like, who the fuck are you? Like, Mark's doing stuff, Devin. I don't know, but yeah, he's seizing up and foaming at the mouth, probably at a mild aneurysm. Like, they're pushing super hard, super quick on this, and I don't know if any of this is remotely safe. Like, it's just, I don't trust it. All in all, another great episode. Really, really looking forward to where we go next. We're coming close to the end of the season, and I think only like 3 or 4 episodes left, so it's getting intense. And I'm really excited to see where the journey takes us. So I think that's all I gotta say. Definitely leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Very curious to see how you guys feel. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel grow. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. You just sync up your own copy of the episode and you can watch along with me. I also post Severance reactions slightly early on Patreon, so if you want to get next week's reaction early, definitely consider supporting. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.